We are live. I am Jason Burmis for wearechange.org, and you may see some new digs behind me. Nice little Dash logo up over there. They are sponsoring us. If you don't know what Dash is, it is digital cash. It's the cryptocurrency that likes people to tell the truth, apparently, because they're not only supporting wearechange.org, but some other great independent media organizations as well. So what are we getting into today? Well, how about the historic moment that just occurred with North Korea announcing it will stop all nuclear tests and missile launches as Trump hails big progress. Now, hate is going to hate, love is going to love. I'm somewhere in between. Again, I've got to give the guy credit for this. That's the point. See, that's how you have discernment. That's how you're not about left or right, and you're about right and wrong. Was it wrong what he did in Syria? You bet it was. You bet it was. Now, there's a lot of things coming to light in the Syrian situation. The Russians are saying that they told the president where he could bomb. They're also saying that they gave them a heads up so they get civilians out. This is being denied by the United States, but seems to be from a point of strength. However, the chemical attack, the more and more evidence that comes out, we're not talking about a chemical attack that was a false flag. We're talking about a chemical attack that didn't exist in the first place. But we're going to get to that, and we're going to get to yet another stunning video that shows that type of evidence. But again, let's get back to Trump for a minute. He sends Pompeo over there secretly, head of the CIA, about to be our Secretary of Defense. And boy, I guess the talks must have went good. This is a huge thing, okay? If we can keep going in this route, the president is going to get more and more praise, not just from myself, but any thinking American. How can the left even try to spin this as negative? And again, folks, I'm not trying to make it about a left-right issue, but unfortunately, when you see things like this, the Democrats sue Russia WikiLeaks and the Trump campaign over election conspiracy. You know what that means? That means that the Russian collusion investigation is pretty much over when it comes to, you know, Russia and collusion, because it never happened, because it's imagination land. It's become a fishing expedition. It's begun something where Robert Mueller, who is not a good person, he was never a good person, he helped cover up 9/11. There are 80,000 plus documents that are still classified to this day. He shut people up like Robert Wright and other whistleblowers. So let's stop taking his side, okay? And now, as that fishing expedition continues, and it may be coming to an end, they see, wow, man, there was no collusion. Trump may fire us. This may be it for Mueller and Rosenstein. Well, what do? They file a lawsuit. This could take, you know, a decade, this lawsuit. It could keep going and going and going and going. And it's going to be used as propaganda to keep this in the public eye as an issue, even though it is a non-issue. Okay, remember, first they told us that they hacked the election. And people are like, oh, my God, they hacked into our voting booths? Well, no, they didn't exactly do that. Well, what did they hack into? Oh, they hacked into some emails, and then we get the public document, and it's talking about Guccifer 2.0 and RT America, and shows no evidence that the emails that WikiLeaks received were hacked by Russians whatsoever. In fact, we know where that evidence leads, and it leads somewhere extremely different. It leads to a man named Seth Rich. But that doesn't stop lawsuits, baby. Here they are. Lawsuiting away. Oh, boy, it's just not going to end, is it? It's just never going to end. Well, let's get back to Syria for a moment because, again, the proof is in the pudding. We have an independent journalist who has gone over there, and you can see the whole video over at the wearechange.org Facebook page, but we're just going to play you a little slice right here, and it speaks for itself. Someone decided to go there and see where the evidence was, and let's find out where that evidence is.
All right, so we're here inside the hospital that was controlled by the terrorists, Jaish al-Islam, on the day that the alleged chemical attack was supposed to have happened. We've talked to 2 doctors, a general surgeon, several of the nursing staff, a number of the patients who were in the hospital that day. Not one person saw any sign of a chemical attack. The story that they're giving us...
Whoa! Not one person saw any sign of a chemical attack. Not anything. Nothing. Jordan Sharp, I believe, is his name, and or I'm sorry, Pearson Sharp. It's unbelievable. And remember, we're bombing people because of this. Well, what did happen? What is the story we're getting there, Pearson?
Is that on that day, they were in there, it's a normal day, and suddenly a bunch of people rushed into the room shouting, chemical attack, and the doctors didn't know who they were, they didn't know where they were from, and the strangers came in and started spraying water, and so the other people who were in the room started spraying water as well. After that, they started filming it, and then they left.
So what you're telling me is that these people started filming a bunch of people that just walked into a hospital, spraying themselves with water, claiming there was a chemical attack, and instead of getting medical treatment, they left? They left. Huh. Well, I'm wondering, well, how many people died that day?
Of any chemical attack that anyone has found so far. The doctor down there said that on that day there were even less patients than normal for routine sicknesses. The air was apparently very dusty that day, so people were coming down to be treated for coughing and dry throat and things like that. But there were no signs of a chemical attack. They said that if there had been, hundreds of people would have been admitted, not 40 or 60 or whatever the numbers are that the White Helmets and the Syrian Organization for Human Rights, Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, were quoting. So we're going to keep looking around the square, but the place where it happened, where they filmed the video, the doctors working there said that there was no sign of any chemical attack. Another interesting fact that the doctors told us was that day there were no deaths recorded.
Whoa! No deaths recorded on the day of a massive chemical attack where children were taken out by Assad. Guys, we got the full video over at facebook.com/wearechange.org. I think it speaks for itself. Check it out. Again, Pearson Sharp, great job. Way to go there. And the other thing is he talks about how, hey, wait a minute, you know, there are 20 other news crews here, and not one of them for the establishment, Western-based propaganda media is telling the truth. So again, that video is over at the We Are Change Facebook. I want to go over this story. Remember the Boston bombing? Something that's forgot about a lot of the time now. And there's a lot of questions about the Boston bombing, about the Zarnoff brothers, especially Tamerlan. But right now, Boston Globe columnist Kevin Cullen placed on leave over embellishment claims. So here we have, a mainstream journalist, okay, Kevin Cullen, embellishing things, making stuff up, making up the facts as he'd like you to believe them about the Boston bombing attack. We're just finding out about this, 6 years later, no big deal. No big deal that your mainstream media just lies to your face about major events time and time again, whether it be attacks in Syria or attacks in Boston. This is what you can expect from the mainstream news, and this is why we encourage you not only to check out this broadcast, okay, but we want you to check out CNBC, MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, cross-reference. Go to the source. Go to C-SPAN. YouTube live streams conferences all the time from police departments, from the Attorney General. Be there. It's like being in the media room. You may not be able to ask your question, but somebody else might. Okay, so if you want to be informed, if you want to know what's going on, you got to start paying attention. You can't believe hacks like this guy, who again is now being disciplined for lying to his audience. And speaking of lying to your audience, and speaking of MSNBC, MSNBC, you still haven't run any stories, Rachel Maddow and company, on the fact that the NXIVM cult, the one with the cult leader who's been arrested, it's now coming to light, he's allegedly been with a 12-year-old girl. Oh, and he's got a bunch of Hollywood actresses under his wing. The guy's name is Kevin Rainier, by the way, out of Clifton Park. He's connected to the Bronfman sisters. Yes, the Bronfman billionaires. He's been charged with sex trafficking. And this lady right here, this one right here, I got to get used to that. Well, she's been arrested as well in her role in this sex cult. And apparently her and some of the other girls that were his slaves, branded slaves, because that's normal. That's normal. Brand each other. You know, they start off with this Tony Robbins-like empowerment thing, and then it's almost like Scientology improvement. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're strapped to a bed, blindfolded, being gang whatevered by a bunch of guys that are in this cult that Rainier forces you to have sex with. Now, don't take my word for it. You know, there's some really terrible things in those police reports. Again, we're getting some coverage here in New York State by the Times-Union. That's out of Albany. And again, they're out of Clifton Park. So Allison Mack now arrested. It's got all the things that you think that the mainstream media would love. It's got sex, cults, movie stars. Oh, the problem is it also has billionaires and child rape in it. And we can't report on that. And that's the facts. And it's sad, but it is true. And this is the world we live in. And that's why we've got to continue to tell the truth. We've got to continue to spread this information. Folks, please share this video, hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me on the Twitter right there at Jason Burmis. And over here, right there, is a Dash logo. Dash is digital cash. It is a cryptocurrency. And apparently they like the truth because they are sponsoring this program. We are Change.org, myself and Luke Rudowski, and other great alternative media organizations. So please go out there, get a wallet, let the Dash community know that you're buying this cryptocurrency. You're getting involved in this cryptocurrency because they are funding this program and other great media organizations out there. Because, folks, they are censoring us at YouTube like you would not believe. Our posts, even on Facebook, do not get the reach that they should. And if this media organization is going to survive, we're going to need your help. You want to get started in Dash? Well, Luke and I do a live broadcast every Sunday evening, either at 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Time. He's always traveling the world. Last week, I believe he was in Serbia while we did it. I think he's going to be somewhere in Europe, probably Germany tomorrow. But we're also going to be giving away $500 in Dash digital cash. Make a Dash wallet today. Get us that address at the link that we tell you. We'll start you off with a little bit of Dash. And there's going to be a contest because we want you to be the change that you want to see in the world, and we want to empower that. So, I don't know, there might be a $1,000 Dash giveaway tomorrow. Guys, thank you all so much for joining me. And remember, without you, this program would not be possible. We'll see you all soon.